Hello everyone, welcome back to the Coffee Company. Welcome. It is post-match brews. We're just got over watching Tottenham Hotspur play against the K-League team in a 6-3 victory. That was a ton of fun. I really enjoyed that game. Really great to see a lot of the big names get some well-needed minutes. It's great to see Sonny play in his home country of South Korea. That was a really fun game to watch. Really feel-good game. And yeah, we're just going to chill here. Maybe we'll get some visitors. Maybe we will get some visitors into the stream. I have sent the link out to a couple of people, and maybe they'll join us. I don't expect to have too many people because there are a lot of Tottenham channels actually streaming at the same time. So if they're here, they're here. We're just going to chill. Whilst everyone's getting into the bloody chat, we might make ourselves an iced coffee because it is roasting today. It is roasting. We're going to welcome Mr. Anthony Gray to the show, saying plenty of goals, that's for sure. Hello, Ben. Hello, everyone. Mr. Anthony, hopefully you're well, sir. Hopefully you are doing well indeed. Always great to see you, sir. Let's just make sure. Yeah, that link has been posted. Maybe we'll get some visitors. Maybe. How is everyone doing today? How is everyone doing? I am going to make myself a coffee. Bloody hot in here. Rather warm. Morning, Mr. Bobby K. Morning for you. Morning. Hello. How are you, Mr. Bobby? Hello. Afternoon, Chris Agambar. Afternoon, sir. Hopefully you're doing well as well. We've now got our own ice maker, so now I don't need to worry about ice coffee anymore. We're making an ice coffee for ourselves. Hello. Hello, Mr. Carterman, and hopefully your lovely lady is doing all right as well. Hello. I hope it is hot enough. Yes, it is rather hot. We are melting. Morning, Virgo. Morning to you, sir. Hopefully all of you enjoyed the game, if any of you watched it. It was a great game of football. We do actually have to redial our coffee because we've run out of coffee in the grinder, but oh well, don't care. There we go. How is everyone doing today? Hello. Aha! Good afternoon to you, gentlemen. How are you today?
Good, mate. Good result, good performance.
Great goal by Dyer.
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it? Your boy Richarlison turned up. Your best mate.
Yeah.
What did you think of the game? That was a really fun game to watch, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, talk about blatant handballs. That was hilarious.
That might have been the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. It was like borderline thought he was a goalkeeper for a second.
Yeah.
He was trying to catch the ball like he was a rugby player.
I saw it when it actually happened, and I just assumed the referee had blown the whistle or something. But as soon as he hadn't, I turned to Kim. I was like, oh, "That's a penalty." And then they showed the replay. I was like, "What?"
Good morning to Mr. Amir Sada. Good
Big up, Amir.
Afternoon. It's evening now.
Of course, yeah.
Afternoon. How did... I'm going to ask this question to you because it's from the chat. How do you think Skip and Bentancur played? As good, better, or worse than Bentancur, Hotspur playing close together? What did you think? I thought Skippy was excellent today. I thought he was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
When he did that Cruyff turn, I was just like, my man.
Yeah.
First game back, and he's doing Cruyff turns.
Yeah, it's one of those.
I don't know who this guy is, but big up. I can't read Korean, unfortunately.
We'll have to get a translation in. But it's one of those. I don't want to get too OTT. I mean, I did take the piss out of Arsenal fans when they started getting all excited beating Nuremberg 4-2 or 4-3, whatever it was. So I can't be a hypocrite and get OTT. But, you know, the opposition seemed like a good footballing team. Their number 14 really impressed me. Played right wing back. But, yeah, they did well. Skippy and Bentancur looked good together. Thought Højbjerg did really well in the second half.
Yeah,
he seemed to play a lot further forward, didn't he? With Sarr holding that defensive midfield position. So, yeah, good workout, mate. There's one worry is Lloris.
Yeah.
I don't know how the first goal he got a hand to. Not a stronger hand would have saved it. And I'm sorry, regardless of the poor wall by Sarr and Sonny. For the second goal, he should have got to it, man.
Yeah.
So that's the only worry, and you know, for Lloris, it is a training session, but he should do better.
I thought Lloris should have saved that, but you could say that Sanchez shouldn't have got out of the way of the shot. I mean, you could say that.
Absolutely.
I felt Lloris was a bit lethargic, though.
Yeah, he was totally lethargic. First game back, who cares? But
no, that's right.
You expect him to say that. You'd expect him to say that. Right.
How does everyone think Sanchez did? I said on the pre-match pump-up that I do think there might be a bigger role for him this season. He did all right. Yeah.
Where is Moon? I think we're all in. Are we wondering if Moondog has got put a fiver on Dyer to score? No one's heard from Moondog.
Moondog is one of the guys that comes on the chat.
Right.
And all last season, he had a fiver on Dyer to score every single game.
We won this time.
But hey, we don't know. He's probably thinking our pre-season friendly, not going to bother. Don't know if he's going to play. So it'd be interesting. That's the first name that came into my mind. I think I messaged it out. I put it on WhatsApp, didn't I? Moondog.
Moondog. Bobby K saying Dyer is the best defender in the league. Just ask Big K. Where's Kimber?
Kimber's in denial.
Kim needs to fly to Canada and wash his mouth out. Skippy England captain? I think so. I mean, I thought it was brilliant today. It's too hot to think, but I'm trying to remember the game already. Maybe have a drink, but who knows? I mean, what was your overall thoughts on the game? Again, it's all about fitness, but for me, they were really fit. Like they seemed really fit for that game already. Imagine what happens at the end of this torrid fitness regime.
Yeah. Sanchez got 70-odd minutes. Richarlison was on for 70-odd minutes. Lucas stayed on past half-time. Dyer completed 90 minutes. You know, the fitness is. I mean, we've seen what kind of grueling training sessions they're going through. Hopefully it pays off. The Chelsea teams, the Juventus teams, the Milan teams under Conte never ran out of steam. So let's hope the same thing for Spurs. We've got a few games coming up before Christmas.
I mean, it's deeply impressive how fit they were. Mr. Ian is saying, how did Gill play? He was awful, wasn't he? I thought apart from all the black, he was the worst by far. I mean,
you thought he was right.
I wouldn't say he was awful. I feel there's a lot more to come from him, but yeah, average, bang average.
I mean, I'm just annoyed because he was playing right winger, and the ball for the first goal, the second goal, it was in complete and utter no man's land.
He didn't close him down, did he?
No.
That's not a good look on him.
No. But that's what training's about, really, isn't it?
Yeah. But surely that's just position now, knowing that your man's going to put a ball in the box and you
training
to put him under some pressure.
Position, experience.
Yeah.
You know, I think the fact it is pre-season, we do need to just, understand that as well. But yeah, if Conte can get a player out of him, even better. Big up Darius.
I mean, if Conte is taking him on pre-season, he must see something in him, or he's just there just to fill up the numbers. Again, he could have taken Winks, but he wants him gone. But,
absolutely.
I think Hill needs a trip to either the Championship or a low-level Premier League team. I don't think he's ready for this level yet. I'm not quite sure if he'll be ready for another 2 years. He still looks like he hasn't bulked up at all. He's thinner than me, and that's not a good thing. As I keep on saying, he looks like Howard Wolowitz.
Yeah.
And it's not a good look when you're in a physical game.
Yeah, I thought Lucas played well.
Yeah, he was good until he moved to right wing back, and then he was just it was like a total fish out of water, I think.
Yeah.
I still think Mora needs to be moved on, but if Conte wants him in the squad, then so be it.
What about Richarlison overall, Ben? How do you feel?
I thought it was excellent. His hold-up play was brilliant. What summed up his performance was that Lloris long ball, and it came straight into Richarlison's chest, and he turned on a sixpence. It should have been given a foul because he was fouled by two players. Already, he looks aggressive. He cares. And I think he's going to be a top player.
Winning us fouls around the area. But I think the biggest thing for me, mate, was he started up top. A few minutes into the second half, he was playing down the left. Then Sonny came on and he moved to the right.
And he
think it just shows
all three positions.
There you go.
He popped them on all three positions. And what was really good for me, at least, his intelligence. When Kane got the ball and drifted out right, he drifted in middle. There's already a partnership. There's already a partnership brewing between them lot. So it's onwards and upwards. Big up Carl Simpson. Big up
Carl.
He's saying Richarlison was brilliant. I was really happy with the signing, and now I'm super excited. Absolutely. Like if anyone has watched that game and still doesn't think Richarlison isn't going to be a decent player for us, give your head a wobble. I mean, seriously, he was excellent, and in a game that meant nothing, but he still had to work and he was still pressing. So look forward to it. Look forward to seeing him when the chips are on the table. Big up, Bryce. I haven't seen you in here before.
Piss off, Bryce.
Big up, Bryce. So I thought Lucas was better than Emerson and at right wing back. That's not hard to do, though. We cannot start the season. I agree.
Yeah.
Which is another thing. Matt Doherty being fit already.
Yeah, mate. We were saying that, weren't we? Yeah.
My God. How has he got fit that quickly? That was everyone thought he was going to be back at Christmas, but he's already fit and firing.
Yeah. Well, we saw the mentality of him not giving up when he got injured, didn't we? Yeah. Against Villa. He got up, tried to play on, fell down, got some more treatment, tried again.
Yeah.
Then fell by the wayside, and he was gutted to come off. Determination. When he wasn't playing well, he admitted it. He goes, look, I need to try harder. Went away with Ireland, put in some extra sessions there, came back, and became first choice. So much so, we shut ourselves when he got injured. We were like, what are we going to do without him?
Well, we actually missed him, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's for him to look in the mirror and say, I'm not doing well enough. I don't deserve to be right wing back.
Yeah.
I've got to sort this out. He went to Ireland early. He stayed there later. Came back early into training. And with Conte, had one-on-ones with Conte. So, yeah, and I suppose him coming back, we shouldn't really be surprised with that sort of mentality. And he looked fit, and he was playing left wing back as well.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah.
About his compatriot, Troy Parrott, I thought he was all right. I thought he was all right in the game. He looked confident.
Played down the right, didn't he? That's what I thought.
He was all right.
He came on, I thought, play down. I want to see him through the middle.
Yeah.
But as soon as he came on, I'll be like, if Kane's on, he'll play down the right. And
I was quite happy with his performance. He might need another loan, but I was impressed with his performance. He looked confident as well. So looking forward to seeing what he can do. With Richarlison, great stuff. Harvey White, when he came on, was better than Sessegnon.
Yeah.
Would you give Harvey White a chance at left wing back next season?
I thought Ben and Sim were the same thoughts as well, that he'd start. I think there is someone there as left wing back, but we can't deter from the fact that we do need another left wing. I've said this all along. For me, Perisic has automatically become the best left wing back at Spurs, because I don't think Sessegnon's there. I think he's fragile. I think he questions himself too much, and I think it's we can't say Sessegnon's really good, but we can't afford a but. He is injury prone. He does second guess himself, and of course Reguilon looks like he's going to be leaving. So we do need a left wing back. If Harvey White can do a job there, brilliant. But we need wing backs in. We need wing backs in.
I mean, now that Doherty's fit, I'm quite hopeful about bringing a Jed Spence in, because I think he could be back up to Doherty. Because Doherty if he plays like he did last season, he will be brilliant this season. So that softens the blow, but we still need to get a proper right wing back in. Maybe Spence can do a job, but we need to look at that role for sure. I'm trying to think of who bloody played. So many players played, and Sonny was all right. Sonny got a couple of goals. Most important thing, Harry Kane has scored a free kick for the first time in 70 years.
Yeah.
Insert the Titanic meme. It's been 84 years.
84 years. What do you think to Emerson?
I thought Emerson looked very, very, very Emerson.
Yeah.
He's still not good at attacking. He's still not great at defending. Yeah. I think it's possibly time to get rid. I know it's only pre-season, but
yeah. Bryce is asking where was Basuma. Basuma and Forster were both taken ill last night at career time, so they weren't going to play today. They're not going to play. They might be fit for the Sevilla game, but out through illness today. But I'm sure he would have been.
The trading might have made them slightly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Well, there's a lot of talks about the too much use of the air conditioning out in which we all know you go from the heat straight into an air conditioned environment can't be good for the body. So it's probably got, but they were ill. Nothing serious, Bryce, but they'll be back for the Sevilla game.
Ian is talking facts here and saying Kane scores from a free kick. Sign from Paul Stewart that we are winning the league.
There you go.
Big up, Paul Stewart. It's in the stars. It's in the stars,
mate.
So's Christmas.
Christmas has come early, according to Paul Stewart. So 25th of December, nothing's happening.
I just hope Paul Stewart doesn't watch In the Wall from Saturday.
I contacted him the other day.
Yeah. Kim sent out an email to Paul Stewart saying,
so we got this group about Paul Stewart, but don't watch In the Wall.
Don't watch In the Wall. Yeah.
Carl was saying Conte will not get rid of Emerson even more now. Richarlison with us. If anyone goes, it will be Doherty. I disagree with you, Carl.
Is Carl purely playing? Is that because they're both Brazilian, Carl? Is that why you're thinking? I mean, if Richarlison, if we're reliant on Richarlison to play well because of his fellow Brazilians and fellow national teammates, then we're going down the Dembele route.
Yeah.
Remember when he got upset because we sold Aurea into Sissoko?
Yeah.
I don't think that should be. I don't think Conte's going to. If Conte wants to get rid of Emerson, he'll get rid of Emerson regardless of Richarlison. But I can see where Carl's coming from. He probably wants that.
I'd say about Mora, but not about Emerson. I think Richarlison and Mora could be really good mates.
Well, apparently Richarlison and Romero are really getting on. But that's not. You can't really not see that. You know, both same mentality. You know, we all seen the famous pictures, haven't we, of Romero going up to referee going what, and Richarlison on the floor after being tackled. I was saying this to Kim the other day. I just want to see the next picture where players going in for Richarlison and Romero in between them going, leave him alone, mate. You're going through me if you want to get to him.
It's just stepbrothers, isn't it? It is. All they need to do is recreate the music video and get a boat.
Yeah. Oh, you're giving me ideas now.
You got to do that video. You've got to do that video. I'm unsubscribing. No Conte says like Emerson, so I don't think he will give up on it. I mean, I reckon Emerson could do well as a right centre back in a back three. I don't think he's got the he's not got the pace to play right wing back, in my opinion. He's not got the crossing ability. But if Conte wants him, we'll listen to the manager. Ali Gold said Davis was doing runs with Kulusevski while the others warmed up, meaning he wouldn't be playing. Hope he hasn't picked up an injury. Oh, now we've got Longley in the squad, so maybe that's less of an injury worry. But like Sanchez at left centre back is not it, is it? Like he was rash today. On another day he would have given away a penalty.
That was a penalty, by the way. Yeah,
it was. It was a clear penalty.
Yeah,
it was almost as clear a penalty as the guy that caught the ball in the box. That's how bad a penalty it was.
You were impressed with Sanchez early on, weren't you?
Yeah, I thought Sanchez played quite well all round. His all round game. He wasn't frightened to put a foot in, as you saw, where it hurts. No, I thought he was looking quite good. Couple of towering headers.
Big up, Al's in the chat. Al's like us here. Big up, Al. Hope you're doing well, sir. When anyone mentions Longley, all I think is, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Carl.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We have. I've got an exclusive for you, Ben.
Yes.
So in the wall /Wanksy Wank. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday, we'll be having this gentleman making his debut.
Oh God.
I know. I know.
Some heads are gonna roll. Oh yeah.
So my questions are going to be like, you know, one day I went to pick a flower.
Are you going to tone them down for your?
I'll have to.
Don't get Coover involved then.
Yeah, get Coover. Yeah.
You can get Coover involved.
Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward.
You can imagine his questions. Kind of, Bobby and Kim went dogging one day. All right, over to Arthur.
What?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I just remembered which stream we're on.
King Arthur's going to break down the wall.
Oh, yeah.
What was Sanchez doing on the first goal? The guy scores a header while Sanchez is trying to kick a ball that's above his head. It was slightly random. I don't know. It's only the first game, so we'll watch Sanchez for the next game. But he was a bit erratic today. He was a bit erratic. Good day, Aussie Spurs.
Oh, big up, Marty. Big up. Great streams, by the way, guys. If you've not been over to Hotspur TV, check out his channel. He's got some really good stuff on there, and hopefully we'll be seeing Marty on In the Wall in the coming weeks. He was meant to be on last week, but something came up. But hopefully soon we'll go. And I had a bit of Australian, bit of Aussie vibe to Wanksy Wank and see how dirty
so
you can
what
get.
You're saying is with Aussie Spur, it's going to be the most X-rated because they.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, when we stream, it's like 10 in the morning for mine.
Yeah, but that's
so you probably feel a bit. Yeah, he'll need a good shower afterwards. Oh, yeah.
Everyone knows the Aussies have got some creative swears.
Well, let's have a look. Hey, the amount of times we bring up Rolf Harris and kangaroos, you know,
I thought
it's
Bob
only,
was going to announce Gary Mabbott on In the Wall.
that'll be legendary. Yeah, Gary Mabbott made In the Wall. Yeah.
I mean, that we would have to all tone down our questions. It'd be like, Gary Mabbott went here and he had a rather lovely time.
Yeah, yeah.
Aussie Spurs is Australia, like the big,
Sure. Big up.
big up.
Big up. No, it's good run out. Good to see nearly two different 11s for both halves. I like the way they kept Sonny back rather than put him straight on at the second half. They waited for a few minutes and then put Sonny on to get that big round of applause. I thought the crowd were brilliant. Ooh,
They were excellent.
And it was funny how when Romero went down, well, any player went down, when they got up, I used Romero as an example, the announcer would go, big round of applause for Romero, and everybody would go, hey! Like Lucas took a shot. He was like, everyone, Lucas, everyone, way! So it was good. By the way, we've just ordered some cello. I believe. Have you ordered it? Yeah, Kim's just ordered some.
Woohoo! Mr. Coover's in the house.
Big up. King Arthur, haven't seen you for a long time, mate.
Yeah, likewise.
I'm just going to
Good to see you, my friend.
I'm just going to get a drink.
Good to see you too, mate.
I'm probably going to agree with Cooper. The best, Romero kicked a 17-year-old kid. He left him on the floor. This was like, right, you come into my territory. I'm kicking you, kid. And just left him on the floor.
Old school, isn't it? Man's game, deal with it.
What did you think of the game, Cooper? I saw you watching it on the old Spurs talk show, #all1word. What was your feeling of it?
It was just a good bit of fun, wasn't it? It's all-round good feeling, bit of fitness for the players, not too serious. Defence looked dodgy as hell. The attack looked sensational as soon as Sonny and Game come on, which he knew it was always going to happen. Richarlison had a good debut. I think he put in a good shift. He was holding the ball up well. Could have got something out of it, a bit more perhaps. I think the big gilt-edged chance he did have when Emerson dinked the ball over one of the fullbacks for him to have a header. He was too much under it already. He had to generate all the pace himself. It was a very difficult chance to beat a goalkeeper like that. Otherwise, I thought his all-round game was good. The only really worry was the defensive contributions from people. But it's pre-season, not a big issue. I think for me, it just highlights the reason why we're all talking about getting another central defender and a right wing back in.
Yeah.
What was your feeling? I thought Harvey White was brilliant at left wing back.
Did well, didn't he?
Up to water. He impressed me more than Sessegnon did. When Sessegnon ever got in an advanced position, he flopped the ball and he fell on the floor. Harvey White's crosses looked on the mark. Whether that's because he's been training a lot longer because they came back earlier than.
I thought the one thing Harvey White did that really caught the eye for me was his timing.
Yeah,
the tackles he made were absolutely precise. It's almost like he sniped the ball out from the attacker. So there's definite talent there. There's raw talent there. He's got an appreciation for reading the game, timing the tackle. That is a big part of the job done already for him. So if he adds that attacking flair to it as well, could have quite the player on our hands.
Would you keep him on the squad or would you loan him out again?
I think we'd have to loan him out again this season.
Yeah.
I think now we've got Perisic in, and we've got to try and get something out of Sessegnon. The only way I'll keep him in the squad is if Sessegnon's going, then you'd have to. But I think he's not going to get enough game time to keep in the squad at this point. And I don't like seeing players just wasting their time on the bench. I think it's more important get the minutes under their belt. If he can get some game time, someone like Fulham, Forest have just come up, those sorts of teams. Brilliant. If not, Championship, that's fine too. No problem.
You know, I'd go as far as saying, and I said this to Ben earlier, Coof, before he came on. We shouldn't deter from the fact. I mean, personally, I think we've only got one good wing back at the club. That's Perisic. I don't think Sessegnon's the answer. I really do think he's fragile. Again today, he just doesn't believe in himself, and you can't blame him for that purely because of the amount of injuries he's had. One good sprint, two good sprints, and he could be out for a few weeks. Harvey White, as well as he did it against K-League in a friendly for 30 odd minutes, you know, we shouldn't deter from the fact that we do need wing backs in. And for me, that they are the most important positions now we need to fill. We need a right wing back. Great to see Doherty back. I think we were all surprised to see him get any minutes in a friendly game. But it shouldn't deter. We shouldn't take our eye off the ball. We need wing backs in, and we need a left wing back and a right wing back.
Yeah.
Left wing back certainly, because I don't think we've got that, and I won't be surprised if Conte looks at Perisic and tries to play him somewhere else, midfield or along the top line as well, because that's where the creativity is going to come from. But not constantly, of course. But if Perisic is our first choice left wing back, how many minutes is how many games is a 33-year-old going to bring to us? So left wing back, right wing back, in my opinion, should be our number one priority.
Can I just follow up on that? On Sessegnon, he is a man, as far as I'm concerned, and watching him, who's physically great, but mentally very fragile.
Yeah.
That's where his problem is, up top.
Yeah.
It's not in his physique, it's upstairs in his mind. And you know, if we can't cure that, then I'm afraid it's...
Yeah, if you're constantly questioning yourself, you're going to injure yourself. Yeah. I'm going to answer Clement's question, or Clement, because now we have Clement Longley, so we need to say it all posh and French. What did you guys think of Pape Matar when he came on? Bob, what did you think of it? I thought he looked all right. Looked tired.
Yeah, I mean, he's there to do a specific job, isn't he, Ben? By the way, 25 people watching, and we've only got 16 likes. It's not as bad as I thought, but yeah, go over and hit that like button and help this channel grow. It certainly deserves so. But Pep
200 as well, so tell your friends as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't got any, but never mind. So, he's in for a specific job, isn't he? And he's never going to stand out. He's never, ever going to be that player who takes on 4 or 5 players and puts a through ball in, takes a 20-yard thunderbolt shot. He's going to be there too, and I think we see it a couple of times when a Sanchez is out of position, when a Dyer's moved forward, or a Romero moves forward, Tanganga in second half. He was back there filling their positions in. So he is going to be doing a specific job for us. He'll never stand out. We'll never. It's very rare we'll come out and say Sarr man of the match. He'll have a great game. He potentially would have had a great game, but he's not there to stand out. Hey, how many? We all look at I'm not comparing him to, but the likes of a Makelele and Essien. How many times did they actually get a man of the match award? Very rarely, but they always were the first team, first player on the team sheet. No, Sarr's nowhere near that, but he's that kind of player. He'll never stand out, but he'll do a job.
Great.
Yeah.
What did you think of Pape Matar, Mr. Coover?
Just looked like he certainly wasn't out of place playing amongst that sort of calibre of player, but nothing special, just fitted in nicely. Looks a reasonable footballer to me. Didn't catch the eye though. Perhaps he's not really going to in that position at the moment. So I don't see any reason to get excited. I don't see any reason to start saying, "Oh, he's a waste of time" either. It's just simply haven't seen enough of him yet.
Yeah.
Kuv, I was speaking about Nerys earlier. I thought we should have done better with both goals, mate.
Yep.
I don't know what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I thought he was poor when he was actually.
He shouldn't be.
On Shawnee show, I rated him a 4 on the match. He was poor. He was weak with his kicking ground game as well. He was really wobbly when the ball was at his feet and he had to got put under a bit of pressure, to the point where he thought he was just about to mess it up, but he got away with it. He just looked off it. He looked like the free kick. He looked as though he didn't really stretch for it, didn't really try that hard for it. You could say partly the Wolves' fault for ducking out of the way, but nonetheless, you'd expect Hugo to save that. Poor game, but it's pre-season. Doesn't really matter too much to me. It's not like Hugo has to prove himself, is it?
No.
And now he's got competition as well. So if Hugo does have to drop out via competition, we've got...
Perhaps he will have to prove himself then, yeah.
More than adequate replacement in Fraser Forster, who is a seasoned professional, and he's not going to be a Galini of a player.
I hope he gets more minutes, Ben.
Yeah.
Because, you know, for me, seeing Lloris in pre-season friendlies after today's second half performance, for me, it wasn't good enough. Yeah. I hope he does get, because the last thing I want is to going into the season thinking, I did shit against K-League. I wonder, I want him to have more minutes and be the Lloris that we know he is. I'm with Kuva, it's only a friendly. And it is only a friendly. There's only so much you can take. But it's different for goalkeepers. Yeah. I really do believe friendly for a goalkeeper should be different. They should be there wanting to make save after save. And I was saying in the first half, I really hope Austin gets tested, because nothing worse. What would we have taken if he didn't have to make a save? I know he made a little punch out, but Lloris got tested twice, man, and he didn't show any, and he failed. As far as I'm concerned,
Lloris more of a fitness player though. Once he gets in and amongst it, and there's a bit of pressure on, that's when Lloris performs. He's done it time and time again, so I'm not too worried about Hugo.
True. Perhaps as well. Perhaps he needed to go on that 42-lap run as well. After all,
probably.
He's a cat-like goalkeeper, so he needs to be in tip-top shape, doesn't he? Agile.
Yeah.
And
just had a text. I should have done better with that header. Sorry about that. I'll do better next time. That's from my mate Richie. So
no worries.
See, it's not Richie's fault. I'm sticking up for him. It's Emerson's poor cross. Didn't put enough on it.
Yeah, it would have been incredible if he'd managed to generate the power out of a standing header from that range to beat the goalkeeper. That would have been something awesome. I think he did what he could, really.
What was the general consensus with Richarlison's performance on your great watch-along on Shawnee's Cove?
Generally pretty good. He put himself about. He held the ball up pretty well in general. Little bit of a misunderstanding with other players around him at times, which you'd expect, but certainly nothing where you go, oh my God, what a waste of money. Far from it. He showed that we can live without Kane on the pitch and still have some sort of potency up front, bit of strength and aggression. I liked it. It was the whole game just had that feel-good factor to it for me. Yeah.
It was telling how he started up front, went down the left before Sonny came on, and then went down the right. And I think the flexibility we've spoken about a lot, and I think he will bring something to the Spurs team, definitely, and certainly bring something to the season.
Absolutely.
I thought he was brilliant today. I thought it was a duck to water, like proper players around him, and he started to flourish. Like he was making the runs you would expect a forward to make, and he was doing well. And Rishi is Bryce is saying the same thing. I thought Rishi offered something up top that we haven't got. He had some flair. He did. He had flair. Yeah. He had skills. He was trying to beat people just with a bit of quick thinking, sort of just barging them over.
He won that. There's a bit of skill he did in the first half. Took on his chest, got it down, took on one player, then tried and nutmeg another player, and he got fouled and he won a free kick. Yeah. And I was like, there you go. That's what he brings. That's what he brings.
You're going to need that. If we're playing against a team where we don't have the ball, you need a Richarlison in the
outlet, isn't he? Yeah.
Wasn't it funny as well? Talk to me about Richarlison's shirt.
Yeah, he brought it up. He's been on the floor so many times.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what he does. He wins free kicks. He gets involved. It's an all-action player. I really like him. Always have done.
Yeah.
He's certainly done us a few times, and now he's on our side. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
we got Sevilla coming. When is the Sevilla game? Is it on
Saturday, 12 o'clock UK time.
Saturday?
So we'll have 2 matches to speak about in the Wall for a change. 2 Spurs games. Normally, last season, certainly, we always played on the Sunday. Played on the Sunday. We didn't have a Saturday kickoff, as you well know, 3 p.m. Very rarely we played on the Saturday. So, for a change, we'll be, obviously, we'll review the week. So we'll be chatting about 2 Spurs performances, which will be good.
Big up, Eugene. Big up, sir.
Big up, mate. Come on the channel.
Yeah. I'll send him the link. If you want to come on, Eugene, feel free, sir. Let's find the link. Bang.
What about the crowd today, Couv? It was like a party atmosphere from them as well, wasn't it? You probably had the volume down though, mate, didn't you? During the watch along, or
I'll do on most things, mate, for different reasons.
yeah.
Yeah, don't want to wake the neighbours. My screaming's enough. Did have the volume down, but I mean, you could see it already. I mean, the fact that tickets are all sold out in an hour.
You know
I
what you're going to get. That Bill can get a ticket. I was gutted. I was so angry that she couldn't get a ticket.
Oh, did she go? No,
she couldn't get a ticket.
Oh man,
they sold out that quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, go for her.
It's a real shame.
Absolutely.
It's a real shame. But you still get the film.
In Korea, we could play every night of the week, twice a night, and sell out all the time.
Yeah.
But mad for Sonny over there, without doubt. Another one of the reasons we're lucky to have him in our squad.
Yeah.
Not only is he a great player, he's just great pro, great advert for the game.
Yeah. Marketing is the dream player. Just does everything.
Arthur, is there anyone you saw today that might be disappointed with what they put in today?
Richarlison haters.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the only thing I'd like to say was, and he hasn't been mentioned yet, is Bentancur. I thought he had a good first half.
Yeah.
You know, an excellent bit of play. Wasn't frightened to go in for the tackle. In fact, he knocked one bloke off the pitch, didn't he? In the slide tackle. Brilliant stuff. You know, that's what you want to see. Fight.
It's difficult to go
I tell you, Will was watching it with great content as well. I don't know how many people you went on, Ben, but that probably wouldn't be. Then again, it's
you've got send Will the link if you can, Bob. I don't have his old contact details. But all the people we want to see a Brian Hill rant, because as we said, bang average, but I think Will go a bit further than that when it comes to his mate Gilson.
I think there was some sort of performances that had a little bit of promise in there, but not enough to suggest they're going to be breaking in the first team this season.
Well, let's just say this: it's the first game, really, isn't it? In training. So what do we expect?
Exactly.
You know, a lot of people expect the world. You're not going to get it. You know, they've got to warm up to it, get ready. 4 weeks' time, it kicks off for real.
You would have expected it as soon as you saw that Kane and Son didn't start. You knew as soon as they come on, the goals will suddenly start flying. Everybody knew that. It was on the cards. One of the things I also liked was Skippy started off very rusty, as you'd expect after a long injury layoff. I thought, oh no, is it going to take him a long time to get into the swing of it? But every moment he was on the pitch, he was getting stronger and stronger, better and better. Then we saw one of those little more trademark sort of forward surging runs he did with the ball, and I thought, he's on track again.
Couple of nice tackles as well, Cove.
Yeah, absolutely.
Couple of quotes here from Conte. I don't know if you're interested. I'll read them out. I didn't ask for high intensity from my players because this is early, and we must manage carefully the physical aspects of training. I'm pleased with the effort, but I didn't ask anything other than to enjoy it and give respect to the 64,000 people. Despite not asking for intensity, there was some there, though, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. That was real intensity. Oh, God.
We allowed Sonny to come in a bit later for the second half to receive the applause and the affection of the people. So yeah, there was. But yeah, I thought the way Richarlison was closing down, that is in his game though, isn't it? And Bentancur and Skippy closing down. They weren't a bad side, and I did put a WhatsApp out.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with their number 14.
Yeah.
Forgive me, I can't remember the name. I don't know if Will's aware of that player, but the number 14 right wing back.
Yeah,
Looked to play, didn't he?
looked very good.
Mm.
Wouldn't mind seeing him at Spurs actually.
Mm.
According to Will, Forster and Basuma both had COVID, so we wish them the quickest of recoveries.
Absolutely.
So yeah, all the best to them. And apparently, he's got more Bollywood movies to watch before 12.
Yeah, he's watched a couple today as well.
Yeah.
And he's watched 3 in 2 days now. He's watched Bahubali 1 and 2, and he's just watched another one. So yeah, absolutely. So yeah, good on Will, or soon to be known as Wiljit.
Wiljit is
Wiljit Stuart Tinder.
That's
Tinder in there somewhere.
Only one big downer on the game for me, and that's why did we have to have a red card? It's so pointless, isn't it?
Yeah. We know it was a red, but you know,
just
it's a friendly, isn't it?
I'm saying on Shawnee's the watch along. I would have preferred they just bend the rules a little bit and say that's just a penalty, stay on the pitch, or just offer the player the choice. Do you want a red or a penalty?
Yeah,
Coover, that
would
leads
have
to
taken the penalty because it would have been given to Son again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Coover, that leads to that age-old question: is there ever such a thing as a friendly? Afraid not.
Match, really.
Well, it would have only been a friendly if we'd lost today, but the fact we won, is
The final, mate.
yeah, we're going to win the league.
The quad's on, mate.
Damn right.
Quad's on.
My general feeling overall was it was just it was a workout against some opposition, and they were scoring goals, and we decided to up the ante when we had the big guns come on. You know, we banged in 6 goals.
Yeah. I think save the bigger performances for when the season properly starts going.
Romers and Rangers,
and then we can decide who else is going to we'll allow to contest the Charity Shield with us the season after.
Yeah.
Then the setup was on because we're going to win everything.
Well, it'd be us against us, won't it? Because we're winning the FA Cup and the league. So
who do we decide we should be allowed to?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. The K League. We'll get the K League big for that. Yeah, but they're halfway through the season, aren't they?
Yeah,
their players.
You could tell they look pretty sharp, didn't they?
Yeah, so we're up against a pretty fit team, and we held our own. Of course, there's difference in class and quality. There was always going to be but we can see what the depth is, and certainly with the players who weren't available, and Basuma, Forster, Longley, and other players as well. Just shows, there is a bit of a depth there. I think we've thoroughly missed Winks today.
yeah.
No.
Just no.
How's the iced lattes going, Will? Are they officially on the menu yet?
It's officially on the menu.
shop?
The ice machine has taken a long time to spit out ice, but it's making ice, so I'm fairly happy with it.
Nice.
The problem is, if you guys all come, there'll be no ice left in about 5 minutes.
That's right. Yeah. Big up.
So the Seville game, what do we expect from the Seville game? Should we just fly a Regulon back over and just give him to them? There you go. There's your new player. So it looks like Regulon might be going to Seville. They seem to be very interested because he did really well there a few years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, how much would you sell Reggie for? Do you reckon that Real Madrid might come back in for him if they see him going to Seville? No. I know he's got a £34 million buyout clause.
I think he's performed too poorly for a little bit too long now for Real Madrid to be interested. Sevilla might be looking at it thinking, if we can get the player for about 20 million or something, I don't think that's
25
realistic.
million, you're right, yeah.
Yeah, they might be thinking, let's see if he can recapture some of his earlier form, because he was brilliant when he first turned up for us.
Yeah.
We thought he was going to be the next big thing for the next 5-10 years, but hasn't worked out, unfortunately. I'd love him to go to Sevilla and actually recapture for some form, because I like the player. I think he used to be really exciting to watch, and he's come off the rails. It's a sad thing for me.
Yeah. It's funny that his game stopped as soon as Gareth Bale left. Maybe Gareth Bale was a big influence for him, but from what I've seen and from what I've heard, Reguilon is one of the people that are the so-called party boys, which is why Conte has to change the training time every day, because Reguilon was always late. So he'd be late and then Conte would just fine him because he just changed the training time by like 5 minutes. So if there is no doubt that Reguilon is a better player than Sessegnon, stats-wise and quality-wise. But if you're not there for training, you're not going to get picked.
No.
So he's throwing it away.
Which is sad, because that's what rules are there for. Yeah. Rules are there to guide and to make sure that you obey them.
Yeah.
It's a regimental situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when people will, and you can say willingly, they go out for a good night, they're late the next day, time after time, what do you expect? A disciplinarian cuts them short.
Yeah.
I mean, in my industry, and also in a lot of industries, you're expected to be there half an hour before your shift.
Yeah.
That's when you turn up. It's like I've made a living of being half an hour early every single day for the last 10 years. And if he can't do it and he's being paid stupid money, get rid, in my opinion.
Well, if I had staff turning up for work late every day, well, I'm sorry, elbow job. Out.
Yeah. Out. Apparently Seville can't afford Reggie's wages. That might be a worry. Juventus apparently want him. So McKennie swap deal. Is anyone willing to drive Reggie to the airport for Weston McKennie? Dream come true.
Yeah, I mean, I only go by what Will says regarding McKennie, and Will rates him. Obviously sees quite a lot of him, and I think I think that's rather worrying, Carl. That's very worrying. But I'm all for McKennie. With regards to Reguilon, it's unfortunate. Like we all say, he came to the fore pretty much early on. I think the first game kind of summed up him as a player, giving away a cheap foul, or getting, and certainly put on his arse in the goal leading up to us conceding that first goal, and then for the rest of the game running up and down that wing and causing nuisance. And stop sending messages in. I kind of sum Reguilon up. He's never been consistent enough to be as a first choice left wing back, and his lack of crossing ability. And that's why I don't see much of a difference between him and Sessegnon. Sessegnon's supposed to be a great left wing back. There's something there that just, for me personally, just doesn't do anything. Yeah,
fragile, mentally fragile.
Yeah.
It's kind of like he didn't recover from his first injury for me.
Yeah, he's always playing catch up, isn't he?
Yeah. I think what done it in is Conte always looks at history. You always, as Kuva says, use the past to predict the future. And Conte has come in and seen when COVID hit, Reguilon was having parties. He's still having parties. He's always late. He's not going to fit into my. He's not going to fit into my system. He doesn't like players like that. He wants on time, work hard, and
he's that's him bringing up now. Telling him slagging him off.
It's actually the boss bringing up. I don't know why.
He's trying to sleep off last night. I don't think he's recovered from getting through all that suckling pig that Mourinho brought in.
Yeah.
Like,
Ham, wasn't it? Yeah.
still got a bit of blockage.
That's it, yeah.
It's crazy that our manager bought him suckling pig instead of saying, all right, eat properly. No, we're going to give you the fattiest thing going.
Yeah, that's it. What's the weather like there, Cove?
Sorry?
Still moaning it. What's the weather like your neck of the woods? You still moaning about it being too hot?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Anything over 5 degrees, I'm not happy.
That's your Norwegian blood, boiling blood.
It is. I'm quite happy when it goes minus temperatures. Doesn't bother me. I'm still wearing shorts and t-shirt when I go out. I'm not joking.
Really?
Yeah, I just don't feel it. It has to get down to about minus 10 before I really start feeling it.
At least you're not sitting under a skylight and in front of a coffee machine.
Oh, I couldn't, mate. Looks like hell on earth to me. When I come round to visit you eventually, Ben, I will eventually. I'm going to make sure it's during the season and it's nice, cold day preferably, so you can appreciate the coffee then.
Yeah.
Bring your own duvet and you'll supply the coffee.
Cougar, was that the day you walked outside, heard a double clang, got rushed away and found out you was a brass monkey?
Yeah, absolutely. Anything that involves me, well, I'm at the South Coast, I'm always throwing heavy metal at the French.
Oui.
I don't know who Carl was talking about, me saying no sense, no feeling. He might be talking about regular. I don't know.
I think he's talking about Carl Simpson's wife.
Possibly. Will was saying, I thought Harvey White looked good. I want him to be back up to Perisic. I mean,
I think even Will agree. We still need wing backs in, man.
Yeah.
Left wing back and right wing back, especially left wing back for me.
Yeah.
I keep on saying that. I sound like a broken record, but we need wing backs in quickly. Jed Spence, hey, if Doherty and Emerson are staying there, so be it. Jed Spence isn't the answer, but at least we've got 3 down the right. Left at the moment, in my eyes, we've only got Perisic. I would not put Sessegnon in that conversation. Harvey White could do a job for us, of course he could. He looked good in 30 odd minutes against K-League side and friendly, but he is naturally left-footed. He does have an engine on him, and he could do a job there. But we desperately need wing backs.
I'd give him a few games in the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup to see. Really see what he's like in a competitive game. So I would keep him as part of the squad. I think he can do a job.
Who's this?
Harvey White.
Yeah.
I
think he showed enough just in that half hour to suggest that I wouldn't be panicking about him having to start a game to cover injuries. But I agree with Bob, but we should be looking for somebody with a bit more experience and confirmed quality over a number of years. So we don't want to be experimenting now. It's like having the jigsaw nearly complete and then making do with a couple of bits of Lego in to fill in the last bit. It'll get you through, but it's not the same.
I'll say this, guys, before we say anything else. The season is 4 weeks away. There's still plenty of time to buy somebody and sort those positions out. And I got a feeling that they will do.
Yeah, how do you feel about though? We've left it too late because you'd want to see all those players in this current training camp out in Korea, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but it could be due to a lot of things. It could be due to holidays. It could be due to length of contract, when the contract's actually going to end, etc. So it takes time.
I would have been more worried, Cove, if we hadn't got anyone in. A bit like the normal Leanick window. When we leave it till lastminute.com to bring any sort of players. And the fact we brought in 5, I agree with Will. He's mentioned we need 4 more signings. 100% agree with that. Are we going to get 4? Highly unlikely. I would say minimum 2 at least.
Yeah.
Minimum 2. But the fact we've got 5 signing in already, we could speak about the qualities, at length. But 5 signings in prior to a pre-season tour is unheard of under Leanick. So, I'm happy with that. I'd be more agitated the fact we are leaving some signings a bit later on. But we do have 2 more pre-seasons games when they return from career, and if it means we can get a
Got
couple
one
more
game in
signings,
against Rangers and one game against Roma.
that's it. So
Plenty
I
of
agree
games.
with Will, 100%. We need 4 more signings in,
Yeah.
and certainly I think it's pretty much,
this question from Carl Simpson: with all these centre backs we have been in for now available, who would you want to bring in? I mean, in my opinion, we need to be really pushing the boat out. We need a class centre back, and there's only one available on the market, and that's Matthias de Ligt. And he looks like he's going to Bayern Munich at this moment in time. But unless we put a bid in, how do you know if a player like that wouldn't come to a Tottenham?
Well, if I could step in there, Ben, my ideas are that Longlay's on loan. We haven't bought him, right? And it may be that he's on loan so that we get another swing at Bastoni next transfer window.
Yeah, Bastoni and de Ligt. I want them both.
don't rule Bastoni out for this season.
No.
Don't rule him out. I mean, no one's off the table. You know, everyone has a price. Bastoni, Bremer.
I think Mbappe might be off the table.
Mbappe might be off, yeah.
He'll take himself off it.
But specifically what Carl's asking for, who we've been in for, Bastoni obviously is the one who fit the system, knows Conte, has something about him. After that, for me, in order, it's Bremer, Gvardiol. Pau Torres isn't even on that list. There's something about him that I don't rate. But, don't rule Bastoni out right now. I think Brian Daigle's under the same impression. I know Iggy is of the same mindset, and we know what Iggy's like.
Have Newcastle confirmed Sven Botman? I can't remember. That's another one. If you could snatch him away, that's a bloody good player. Badiashile, remember the Frenchman Badiashile? He's been on the radar for years. He's another good one. He'd still do it.
Koulibaly as well, but I think there's someone who's got him for him.
There's loads out there, mate.
There's loads, yeah. But in order, in response to your answer, Carl, for me, Bastoni's still number one. After that, Bremer, I know he's right-footed, blah, 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 and all that. And then Gvardiol, who's left-footed, young, and without sounding too much like Leenick, the reason why they might be interested in paying him a bit of dollar is he could be with us for 6-7 seasons and still be sold off at a good price. So, Bastoni, Bremer, and Gvardiol for me. Yeah, in that order.
Get all three.
Yeah, I've always been Bremer is not leaving Italy. For me, Bremer's going to Juventus when de Ligt is leaving. So de Ligt will go to Bayern Munich, and then Bremer will go to Juventus. Because
there's a thought then. Who have Bayern Munich got that might be available then?
I don't know. Hello, Eugene. Hello.
Hi, guys. Hi, Arthur. Hi, Bobby.
Hey, Eugene.
But yeah, Bremer wants that Italian citizenship, and he only has to wait 6 more months. So why the hell would he leave instead of getting that Italian citizenship? So for me, he's going to Juventus or to Inter if De Vrij leaves. So I don't see that happening at all. What was your thoughts on the game, Eugene? It was a really feel-good game from all us three, or at least us four. What was your feelings on it?
Oh, for me, is that it's first of all, what I feel is that the K-League team had more fitness on them, right? In the first 15 minutes or so, they should have gotten the lead with the penalty that wasn't given. But of course, we can't judge too much about it because our boys are still just coming back, right? Back into the team, getting through all the fitness regime and all that. They're not up to 100% yet, right? To me, it was more of a controlled kind of game, right? Spurs was never going to lose, right? With Sonny on the team, correct? That was a very obvious thing. And what I saw is that Conte was more or less testing what he can, what he has in front of him to see who is capable, who is incapable, right? Because during the first half, the camera panned onto him about 3 times. The first time when they panned onto him, he was waving at the fans, and the fans were cheering. After the second 2 times, you could see he was like sitting down there very quiet and very stoic, looking into, let's see what we can do, right? Because the performances put out there today, we can't into 100%, it's going to be like that. But there is a certain kind of indicator to say that, these are things that I'm trying out, whether it's working. And like I was saying earlier in Sean's show, Brian Hill was very weirdly quite central most of the time, right? Getting the ball running to the center, trying to, be a creative part of it, right? To see whether we can save some money or buying a creative midfielder, right? And maybe not use Ndombele.
Yeah.
Right. That's the scary part, right? But overall, the game was good, and don't forget they went down to 10 men, and of course, Sonny got his 2 goals, Kane got his 2 goals, right? And of course, when Sonny and Kane they were on, you could actually see the difference in the class, right, of the overall play, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing is that surprisingly, Richie played for more or less more than 60 over minutes. Did he play
60 minutes, yeah, nearly 70 minutes, mate. Yeah,
70 minutes. Yeah, that's good. And what I like about it is that at the moment we have Richie there. He's a foul magnet.
yeah.
Even playing against the K-League team, he attracted so many fouls, right? I mean, there were a lot of times that the referee didn't give the foul, but actually it was actually a real game.
Yeah.
I think the foul was being given. But now my question comes in, right? When we have this foul magnet, who is gonna take the free kicks, right? And of course, Harry Kane broke his curse, scoring from a free kick.
I can't believe Harry Kane scored a free kick. I can't believe it.
Yeah, and Sonny scored a penalty.
Sonny scored a penalty, and Harry Kane scored.
Did you spot that as soon as he had taken it? You spot Harry Kane in his face. It's almost like he was saying, it's the last one of you taking it, them. So.
Yeah, enjoy it. Ian's asked a question there, Ben. How many cup games do we have before Jan?
I believe.
Yeah, I think as everyone might know, they're condensing the group games in the Premier League, Champions League, between September to November. So that's 6 games there, cup games, and obviously the Carabao Cup starts early as well. During the first part. The FA Cup obviously isn't until later on in January when we come
Champions League games.
But Champions League game, we'll have 6 Champions League games before the World Cup. I think from September to November, and then I'd say a couple more. So I'd say about 8-ish around 8 cup games before Jan. So
could be really messy this season, couldn't it?
Well, we're gonna have about 26 to 28 games before the World Cup, man. So
it's gonna be hard and fast. Oh yeah.
But maybe that's why the 5-sub rule in the end they all had to agree on it, right? If you don't put the 5-sub rule into this, I tell you, Premier League most probably will crumble, right? And England most probably will go to World Cup half, without half of the players. The top players, and maybe they'll win without half of their top players. But like what's happening now especially the weather today, right? Before the game started, I was actually messaging Guguma, right? Guguma was telling me, it's raining in Seoul now, and it's cooler. But you could see, I think, then I said back to Guguma, most of these players are from Europe, right? The humidity will get to them, right?
97%, wasn't it?
Yeah, the humidity will get to them. Yeah. And did you notice Sonny looks a bit chubby at the moment?
Hey, look at us. We can't really speak apart from Ben.
Yeah.
So we can't really judge Sonny on being a bit chubby, can we?
I mean, he's gone home. He's had a good time at home. You understand? He's got his food. I mean, he's back in Korea eating the Korean food. He's enjoying himself. Right, but once Conte comes back, he's going to whip you back in the shape.
Yeah,
hand up to Richarlison.
Speaking of the weather, of course we were all watching it on Spurs Play, unless you were watching it via a different thing.
We all watched it on Spurs Play, Ben.
Yeah. No, but I watch it through my cable provider, right? No, we got it.
Yeah.
Did you see that Ledley King was wearing a full suit? What is wrong with him?
He's an ambassador, man. Hey, if Ledley wants to wear a mankini, he can wear a mankini. Right? Hoover doesn't have to be the only one. With
to
a
wear a
mankini
suit
on
in
TV.
that temperature. That
Nice.
was it's borderline criminal. That's horrible. He must be like,
naked from the nipples down.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's why Coover's camera's always up there because he's got boob tube on, and it cuts off
top of the
from
shirt
his
on.
nipples.
Just put the top of the shirt on.
Hi, Glenn.
I just,
This
no,
is
I
not
just,
Wednesday,
I'll just stay in the nip and tattoo a number on my back.
Yeah.
But you have the interview guy was wearing a full hoodie. It's like,
Yeah, we're gonna do.
you
Yeah.
realise how hot it is there, don't you? You must be dying. I couldn't believe
It's that weird combination, isn't it? It's cool. It's about 24 apparently. But
Yeah,
then
because
it's
of
so
the rain.
humid as well.
Yeah, the
So-
humid. Yeah.
What's the weather like
balance
there, Eugene? Malaysia.
Oh, at the moment we are going through some weird weather. It's cloudy and with rain and all that.
British, basically.
British
Yeah.
weather.
Yeah, cloudy and British. I call it usually the Malaysian winter kind of a scenario, right? We have this type of weather about 2-3 weeks, and it gets very hot, right? So then it gets back to this type of weather. I don't know, global warming. Let's blame it all on global warming.
We've got this comment from Carl Simpson saying the last thing we all want is Coover to stand up on a live stream.
Yeah, well, it
You'd be
depends.
right.
If
You'd be all right, 'cause
if you've got widescreen, you'd be all right, wouldn't you? But
Couldn't go that way. If you're at a cinema, maybe.
yeah.
It's all right if I stand up. At the moment, I'm sitting and my belly's on the edge of the table. But if I stand up, my belly will still be on the edge of the table. Don't worry.
Oh, what a sight!
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah. But come back to the next game is coming up
sorry.
Saturday. Yeah, the next game is Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That will be the interesting game, right? Playing against Sevilla, right? And Pau Torres is there, right? Since we are looking to him as a defender. But what I want is
Plays for Villarreal, not
Yeah,
Sevilla.
played for Villarreal.
he plays for Villarreal, not Sevilla.
Lamella will be there.
Lamela is going to be there.
Yeah.
Kunde is going to be there.
Kunde, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought okay.
So
All right.
hopefully Romero takes out Eric Lamella and it'll just be
Yeah.
hilarious.
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't.
It will
think
be
so.
interesting. So, probably a bit of the same. We might start with the second half team and then go opposite. But yeah, it's like Coover says, it is only a friendly when we lose. But obviously, if we win, that's it, man. It's the best thing since sliced bread, and we all know how good sliced bread is.
How was
Wednesday,
when Spurs Wations coming back?
Yeah,
Maybe I'll be doing a show next Wednesday, right? After when all this is done, all the friendlies have been played in Korea and all that, then we'll just do a short analysis to see what Conte needs, right? And hopefully I'll have some time to do that then.
your dilemma earlier, Eugene, to stream or not to stream. Sean streaming, Irish is streaming, we are Tottenham streaming.
Yeah.
I won't stream. I'll see you later. Yeah.
Everybody's streaming, so why should I stream?
Yeah.
So come on after the stream. Yeah.
Chris is saying, just glad the streams aren't 3D yet.
There you go. There you go.
And Jason Bell was saying, big up Jason. Lamella will throw in a hard tackle for old time's sake. Hopefully it's not one of his teammates.
No, that's not.
The thing is that what if Lamella hard tackles Richarlison? Oh dear.
Oh, Romero's going to slap him.
Oh, there'll be a scene. There'll be a scene.
Richarlison and Romero apparently best mates. You could say, who would have thought? Hey,
No, I thought Bobby and Richarlison is the best. Their best mates.
yeah,
Bobby.
Romero's a close second.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm going to dine off that for the rest of my fucking life.
There's only so many spoons you can fit on one bed.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
But,
Horizontal.
You boys would like to talk about pre-Sevilla and what are your hopes going for the new season? We'll go around the table. We'll go for Eugene first. What do you reckon? What's your hopes for the season?
Like I said, I'm like Hoover. We're going for the quad, right? To me, we're going for the quad, right? No matter what happens, the quad comes in. Yeah, but realistically, right? The challenge is there. Yeah. The challenge is there, right? In the end of the day, for me, is that I always said, get the Carabao Cup settled early to build that winning mentality, and hopefully we move on from there. And hopefully, because like this end of this year is gonna be weird because of the World Cup, being in between all of it. And hopefully, if we are more or less around there, challenging for the top of the league. And of course, when the time comes, Conte will demand on Levy again to improve. And let's hope he follows. And maybe he will bring us across the line. That's how I see it. Right? That's how I see it.
Kuva, same question. What are your hopes for the season, except the quad's on?
I'm hoping Eugene changes his backdrop, because every few minutes I look over there and I think that mouse pointer's on the screen again and I'm trying to move it. No, hopes for the whole season or just for pre-season?
No, just in general.
Just in general.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd win the Euro Millions. That'll do, actually. All the other problems go away at that point.
Early trophy.
Well, the quad is obviously happening, so I'm hoping we've got enough silver polish left and furniture polish, but get the glass nice and clean for the trophy cabinets.
Yeah, we've definitely got a trophy cabinet, haven't we? So
we definitely have, yeah. Definitely kept warm. The pictures of Lucas Moura in a semi-final and an Audi Cups thing there. Yeah, I'm just hoping the team is going to gel before we hit the season. I think there's good signs of it already. Even if it takes a little bit of time for Richarlison to fit in and learn the routines and the little intricacies in play with the others up in the forward line, we have got Sonny and Kane still, so things haven't changed that much. Kulusevski waiting to come back in as well. We're looking good. We're stronger than we were last season. We're going to have had a Conte pre-season. We don't have a Nuno start and then trying to get fit during a season and trying to get proper tactics in during the season either. I think we're looking at trophies. I'm absolutely convinced of it. The more people try and talk me out of the possibility of a league title, the more I think, you know what, let's get that 90 points and see what happens, because things do happen and people do fall away unexpectedly. It's happened with Liverpool once in recent years already when they had that 69-point finish. Of course, that was exceptional circumstances because they had so many injuries, but there was a loss of form anyway. And you only need some of that to happen. We're only talking about 5 or 6 points difference from us. If we get 90 points, Man City finish with 4 points less than they did last season, we win. Yeah. So it's on. As far as I'm concerned, I'm looking forward to a season where we're getting into March and I'm thinking there's still stuff on here.
Yeah.
We're genuinely in for this. I really feel like we're going to have that kind of season. Yeah.
Just want to say quickly, 30 odd people in the chat. We're trying to get Ben to 200 before the end of the week. So if you are in the comments and you're not subscribed, please press that subscribe button. Let's get into 200 before the end of the week, man.
Yep.
We're going to have a celebration on Friday, Ben.
Hopefully. What are we doing on Friday for the Paul Stewart Friday?
I don't know, man. It's cold, isn't it?
Not another barbecue. Let's do
That's it, yeah. Because I go back into full-time work, it might be my last one for some time. So obviously Kim and Rez will be going over on the regular, but for me it might be the last one for a few weeks. So yeah,
sure, really the exotic dancing's only in the evenings though, isn't it, mate?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Hey. All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
can't you combine?
Yeah, everyone knows about Bob and his pole.
Yeah.
His working pole.
That's it, yeah. I'll pay her well.
Yeah, we're only 8 subscribers away from the big 200.
Yeah,
so
come on.
Tell your friends, and maybe make 10 accounts.
Yeah.
It massively helps the channel, and yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Do it now, or Richarlison is going to deliberately miss.
Yeah.
He's going to 2-foot tackle you for his best mate, Bob.
Yeah, Bob's had a word. Richarlison's up for it. Ben to 200, or that's it. He's gonna miss big chances on purpose.
Absolutely, and then everyone can tweet about it. And,
Yeah.
what's your hopes for the new season, off?
I'd like us to win some silverware and at least maintain getting us in the top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't see why not.
I think top
Go
three is
quite
good.
a way in the Champions League as well.
I think top 3 is a conservative aim, considering that if we'd have had Conte for the whole season last season with the pre-season, we'd have got 6-9 more points, and that would have seen us easily to 3rd.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think I'll add
to get rid of that Chelsea problem as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say that. The things I'd add on to the sort of general consensus is I want us to win at Stamford Bridge and at the Emirates.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Convincingly as well.
Yeah.
If you want to think about it logically, think with your head rather than your heart. Liverpool, I do think the sell of Mane is going to really affect them. I think people are underestimating how much it's going to affect them. I personally think Liverpool are going to struggle. Darwin ain't going to do the runs and certainly make the spaces for Salah, who for me still misses a hell of a lot of chances in a Liverpool side. I don't think he's that great a player. As people, I would pick Sonny over Salah every single time of the week. But and then Chelsea defenders, it's going to be a new back line. If they play back 4, 3 of them going to be new. Certainly 2 of them. New ownership.
Yeah.
I think Tuchel got away with it last season. I really do. I think considering that Chelsea were one of the favourites to go for the title, win the title amongst pundits and a lot of non-pundits on stream. Yeah. Tuchel lived off his Champions League win, and if Roman was still there, he would have got sacked. So I could put a logical defence or argument for Chelsea and Liverpool not doing that well. Us, Conte in charge, players were brought in. Sonny and Kane obviously going from strength to strength, and us bringing in a bit more of an attacking mindset. Defensively, we look solid. So there's an argument of us progressing. I genuinely believe Man City are going to be the closest challengers to our title charge next season. I believe we'll win the league. I think we're going to win the league. I really do.
Yeah. But I feel that MCT, right, at the moment with Haaland there, right, more or less they have to rejig their whole attacking system just to suit him. And I think that will take time for, there's a transition period. And of course, a lot of people rate Haaland. I like him too. But the league will be a totally different ball game for him, right? The defenders are not going to be soft on him. And if he's such a big game player, right, he'll be going out to bring him down. Yeah. Every single defender in the Premier League will be going out to bring him down.
It'd be interesting also, Eugene, to see if do Man City change the way they play for Haaland, or does Haaland change the way he plays for Man City? Because it's going to be a different game. Haaland up top doesn't do what a false 9 would normally do. Certainly totally different from Jesus. So, it'd be interesting to see that. But for me, like I say, positive energy, positive mindset seems to be running through the club and the fan base. And it's amazing
that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
I think Haaland actually does really well when he drops back, plays deep.
Yeah, he does.
So I don't think I'll have any trouble at all fitting in at City, which is the scary bit, because if he lands running, then they're looking at 100 points this season. No matter how much we improve, we ain't catching that.
We'll just have to get 110, won't we? So.
how many 38 times 3, that's how many games available, isn't it?
And finally,
126.
Bloody hell.
No,
the last
that's not the answer. No.
No.
124. Where can we all find you? So, Bob, In the Wall back this week with its rightful host. Is not going to have 2 dimwits running the show and possibly ruining it. What's happening on In the Wall this week?
Well, we've had really good viewings for the show that both of you hosted, so big up to that.
Really?
Yeah. We've got nearly 2.2 Two views.
Why is it you always have a look of sarcasm on your face when you're explaining something honestly?
No, we've had over 2K viewers. I think it's 2.2 at the moment, going on to 2.2. So yeah, great viewing figures. So I might have to take early retirement if it carries on going the way it goes. But no, thank you for both of you.
Well, Bobby, you don't have to retire. You have to sub out your job.
That's it. Yes.
Sub it out.
Hey, I'm Richie. I'm part of Richie's gang now, so I don't need you lot. But yeah. So I'll be back. I am doing a show later on. At the moment, it's pretty much on. Without putting dampener on things, it's talking about people who have suffered a coma and what life is like after coming out of a coma. Not just the physical side, but the mental side as well. So Kuva will be with me on that if he is happy to do so.
Yeah, I did reply to you. Yeah. I'll host it, mate. Be an unusual event for me because I'll be doing it and totally serious.
Yeah, I know. I can still joke about. Hopefully, I have a couple of guests on as well who'll be coming on to share their experience and how life has treated them. But apart from that, of course, in the wall, 10:45 Saturday nights. Fortunately, with full-time work, it does mean I can carry on to do that. But I will be hoping to have a bit of a life and do other stuff on Saturday nights as well. But yeah, in the wall for now, Saturday nights, 10:45. Like I say, 2 games to talk about this week. We'll have the magnificent Guess the Footballer game. And of course, we will be having another session of Wankety Wank.
Big up. Kuva, who are you going to be promoting this week with your still up on the air? Who are you going to be promoting?
I'll be on the live streams with Sean Butler over on the Spurs Talk Show, all one word.
Yeah.
That was fun this morning. I've never really done a live stream before. I don't remember doing one anyway. So that was a new experience for me. But this week is all about Bob Spur tonight. For me, it's a big one. It means an awful lot to him. And let's face it, we remember those days when Bob was in a coma, and it was the constant talking point around the community. It was big. It was big stuff. There's so many questions arise from that for the likes of us that have never gone through it. I wouldn't say it's a morbid fascination. It's more from an empathy point of view. I like to know what people have been through, so when they do talk about it, I've got some sort of reference point to come to. And I know Bob's personal experiences really hit me. The little bits he has told me, they really strike me from a father's point of view. There's some really serious stuff coming up.
Yeah, nothing's off the table as well, Koo. So I know you're going to get some questions together, mate. And I want it to be as hardcore as possible because being a bloke as well. And being a bloke, I was in denial when I got COVID. Kim knows from first hand, and the likes of Will Stewart and Cody, Brian, they're all aware. I was in denial. I was like, it's COVID, it's cold, I'll run it off. And to think a few days later I could have died just through ignorance. It's it shouldn't be a taboo subject, but unfortunately amongst men it is. And I think Arthur will be the first one. He experienced my condition of what I'd going through and first hand, and he was a rock for the likes of Kim, and it affects you physically, it affects you mentally, but it affects the people around you as well. And you see the after effects of that once you come out of it as well. So we shouldn't shy away from talking about it, and we shouldn't shy away from asking the question. And I know Kuva's got a few I'll be asking tonight, and all for it.
So I
think wank coma special, basically.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're religious or not. Somehow we all seem to pray in those sort of situations for the person concerned, and it's never easy. Never easy for the person, and it's never easy for those attached to that person, surrounding him. So it should be a good discussion. That.
Should be. I put the link in the chat, so
Yeah,
head
mate.
over there later in the day. It should be a great stream. And finally, last but not least, Mr. Eugene, what is going to be happening on Spurs Wasion?
Hopefully next week Wednesday I'll do, like I said earlier, telling Alan, right? We'll do a show, right? Just going through the reviews of the Asian tour for
Yeah.
Spurs, and just have a chat with some friends. Maybe I'll bring on a few other fans from other clubs to just have a sit down and look at their transfer window and see how far they've been going, right? And let's see how we go from there. Right?
Brilliant stuff. Follow all these boys, even though you probably already follow them anyway. So, yeah, we will be back tomorrow from the coffee company at 2 o'clock tomorrow. We don't know what we're going to talk about, whether we might do a solo stream or we might do some movies, whatever. We never know what's going to happen on the coffee company. So check in tomorrow. And thank you all so much for watching, for everyone that's joined us today. As always, if you smell what the cough is brewing.